Shalom and welcome to the weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Hebrew. We're still working in chapter 7, looking at verse 17 today. After Jeremiah's temple sermon, you may remember in verse 16, the Lord spoke very firmly to Jeremiah and said, "You are no longer to pray or intercede for this people." And here in verse 17, he's going to give a little of the reason why. It's almost as though, Jeremiah, I'm not sure you realize how bad the situation really is. And the Lord is going to call Jeremiah to reflect upon what the Lord himself has seen the people doing. It's a pretty easy verse. Let's go ahead and read it in Hebrew as we get started. Ha'incha roe ma himah osim ba'arei Yehuda uvchutzot Yerushalayim. So this first one could throw us off a little bit because it looks like some sort of an article, but it's actually not. And we've seen this before, but this is a hey interrogative, usually written with this form here. But since it's followed with this guttural and a different vowel underneath it, we get just the composite. We just get the vowel of the composite schwa, so we just get the pathak instead. So this is a hey interrogative, so it's going to be a question. And then ein, which we saw in the last verse as well, as a particle of non-existence. Now in the last one we had ineni, so I am not doing something. And here it's you, because this is obviously a 2ms suffix referring to Jeremiah because it's the Lord speaking. So you are not, and with the question we would make this, are you not, and then pretty frequently followed with a participle, and that's what we have here. We have a masculine singular cow participle from to see. So, are you not seeing? Do you not see? But very much stressing the ongoing. Are you not seeing? Do you not see what they? And here's our personal pronoun. This is a this is a 3MP personal pronoun. What they are doing, osim. So this is a masculine plural participle. It's a cow from the verb asa, and the final hey is dropped off, which is pretty typical. So you just have the plural ending on it. What they are doing, and again underlining the ongoing nature of the people's sin. What they are doing in are. This is the plural of ir, a little bit irregular because the yod drops out. Not a dalet, but a resh. Here we go. It should be like this. But in the plural, it becomes arim, and here it's a plural construct with Yehuda, with Judah. So since this is definite over here as a proper noun, Judah, this is also definite because it's in construct. So it's in the cities of Judah. And remember the u takes that form like that. It's just a vav, but when you put it in front of a beit or a mem or a pei or any other consonant with a schwa, in this case we have both the beit and the schwa, it goes to this shurek form instead, just a way of pronouncing it. In, that's our preposition, same as you had over here. In chutzot, this is from the noun chutz, usually written with a shurek in the middle like that, which means outside, but very frequently, especially in the context of a city, it would mean the streets. So in streets, but it's going to be definite because it's in construct once again, this time as a feminine construct, with the city of Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, so in the streets of Jerusalem. So do you not see what they are doing in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The Lord sees what's going on, even if Jeremiah hasn't. He's probably seen it, but not been fully aware to the extent, obviously, that the Lord himself has been aware of what's happening. Let's go ahead and hide our work here, look at a couple of translations real quickly. There's very, very little variation in the translations with this little phrase like this. There's not a whole lot you can do to vary it, actually. And so that's why I actually chose the amplified version, which usually gives us all sorts of other synonyms and things like that. But even they did not translate it with much variation. Do you not see what they're doing in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? There's almost nothing else you can do with this verse besides translate it like that. Christian Standard Bible translate, don't you see how they behave, what they are doing? I actually prefer what they are doing rather than just how they behave, because this can pick up attitudes, whereas the Lord he's obviously looking at attitudes, but he's also looking at the very concrete acts of what they are doing in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. The Lord sees, he always has known what's going on, which is a good reminder for God's people in any day and age, whether it's he sees what's going on in our own lives, as well as he sees what's going on in the society around us, as we often grieve over things that are happening around us as well. The Lord is well aware of the situation, and he will deal with it. We'll check back with us soon. We have our next verse, which is going to be a long, hard one. So we'll see you soon in the weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Hebrew. Shalom.